Are you going today to see
the movie?
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a group project, so I think...
is anyone going?
I don't know.
The whole crew.
We're talking about that horror film.
What time is it? It's, what's it called? The Conjuring.
The Conjuring, right.
What
There's
time
a screening
is it
today?
Yeah.
7 or something?
No, I don't know if you'll see me at 7.
Why?
7 o'clock, I'm at home.
So?
How are you supposed to participate in the discussion?
You're right. You're right. If there's a discussion, I'll be there.
All right, then you should go.
All right.
Who's going?
I'll go.
If you go, I'm not going. That's obvious.
Well, we just don't get along socially. I mean, right. If you can set up 2 screenings at 7, then we'll both go.
Please, yes.
Would
Roland go?
Yeah, Roland has to go.
See, Kenny's the big get, but he's just not going to go. You don't like horror films, huh, Kenny?
What have you...
I think Kenny should have to go.
That's Kenny's... Oh, go ahead.
Because Kenny... I've never seen Kenny watch a horror movie.
Because that's Kenny's kryptonite. This big, tough fucking monster doesn't like horror movies.
I just thought of something funny.
Yeah.
You know how you guys were talking about clearing your throat?
Yeah.
You know how I clear my throat?
I know how I wish you did it.
I spit the cock out.
He's such a treat every morning, isn't he?
It really is a delight.
He's a delight for everyone.
Sure,
he couldn't wait to say that.
Everybody's waiting for that joke at 6 o'clock in the morning as they wake up.
Yeah. And here's the sad part of Kenny. He will now repeat that joke to every single person he sees at Sirius XM.
Yeah, they deserve it.
They do deserve that joke today.
Yes.
What's up with you in horror films?
They're not necessary.
I'm a pussy. I don't search them out myself, but
yeah, I'm not.
But I don't walk around life like a huge monster.
Yeah, I don't want the gory horror, scary movie.
Was it gory, Jimmy? Jimmy went and saw The Conjuring.
I went and saw it. I was not alone. I had the company of 2 young ladies.
Really?
Wow. A couple of young ladies.
Did you finally get to go to lunch?
We did go to lunch. Yes, we did.
You did?
Yes, we did.
That's all Jim Norton wants is to go to the lunch.
He hasn't been able to find that one lady to go to lunch.
It wasn't quite a romantic interlude.
No, why not?
Well,
who are these young ladies?
The young ladies might be interns at a certain radio company.
Come on.
Sam, why? Do you have a problem with this?
I never got a lunch in a movie screening when I was an intern.
But you got a job out of it.
What, you're saying these girls don't have a shot at that?
No, of course not.
Why? Because
they're perfect at what they do.
What, upping the mood?
Yes. They've made this place a very, very happy place.
Are they here today?
Oh yeah.
Can I? It was.
How did it come about that you went to the movie with the 2 interns, Jim Norton?
I was honestly going by myself, and Roland just told me I was at the gym, and he texted me, and he said, "Oh yeah, the interns are going too." We didn't arrange it that way. It was literally just the way it worked out.
Yeah.
And
here they come.
Yeah, I didn't get to share a fancy meal with a celebrity like Jim Norton until years after I was working here.
Yes, but you got to share many with me.
Now we've shared many, yes.
Yeah, maybe they should just do the whole show with us today.
What?
By the way, this shows you how comfortable the interns are. Instead of both taking the one mic, fucking Sydney's in Anthony's chair.
They just spread out.
Put his headphones on, Sid.
Yeah, why not?
What are you doing? You're here.
All right.
Sydney knows you. What are they going to do? Yell at me? I'll just sit down in Ant's seat. How do these buttons work?
Look at how Jackie sits in front of a mic.
Jackie's ready.
You're ready to broadcast, aren't you?
They're both very comfortable.
Yeah. So did Jim Norton give you the invite, or was it one of these things where you guys all just happened to go?
Roland invited us, but by the time when me and Sydney got there, our names weren't even on the list. So
Roland should get fired for
we
that.
just dropped Roland's name and said he invited us.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mine wasn't either. It was all under Roland. The guy goes, I came alone, and he goes, "Who at Warner Brothers do you know?" I'm like, "The Roland Campos."
But it works.
It did work.
I don't understand how all that works with him.
I don't understand how you've been in show business this long and your contact at Warner Brothers is Roland Campos.
Humiliating. You knew the guy wouldn't know me. But he was happy that some people from the show came, though.
Yeah.
The guy from Warner Brothers, he doesn't listen to the show. He's an old, but he's like, "What do you do?" I'm like, "Oh, we're on the air." And he goes, "Oh, wow, it's good. Thanks so much." He was really nice. They were very nice there.
Very cool.
And they treated us.
Well, we're going to sell some tickets, I think, for this movie.
Why? Because the interns went?
Yes.
It's ridiculous.
We were the only ones who screamed. Yeah, in the entire movie, we're the only ones.
Through the entire movie.
You're kind of giving away the punchline because that's what Jimmy told me. He said you two were the only ones screaming.
And then we'd laugh after because we were the only ones.
Why wasn't anyone else screaming?
It was how many people were there? Maybe 25, 30, maybe 40?
Yeah.
Was it one of those tiny screening
Yeah.
rooms? Those things rule.
You know why nobody else was screaming? Because they're all media people that didn't bring their cute female interns with them. That's why nobody was screaming. Because Jeffrey Lyons doesn't have a little 20-year-old intern to bring with him.
No, but they are the ones, like, that reaction that they were giving the movie, it's like the movie company would spit on every other person in that room.
Right.
You're the ones that they wanted.
Do you really need a notepad for a horror movie?
Yeah, just writing that this shot didn't work for me.
Yeah, they're just writing notes about a horror movie. Maybe some, drama that's a little complicated, but not a horror movie. That's like a fucking carnival ride.
Yeah.
Just go with it.
There was certain, it was pretty scary. I mean, honestly.
The trailer was horrifying.
Yeah. And don't watch the trailer right before you go because it shows you a lot of the scary things. But even with that, it's still a lot of it. Every time they screamed, like, I literally felt like water was thrown on me. Like, not annoyance, but I was equally frightened of what I was seeing. I just don't scream during horror movies. I just kind of cave into myself and go, like, oh.
He did. He was leaning towards the other side, like in a little ball.
I was fucking. There were a couple of parts of it that were truly horrifying.
Was it a bit of a turn on that they were screaming?
No, but it was funny to me. I'm used to hearing that sound, believe me. But it was fun to watch. I realized, like, I haven't watched a horror movie with screaming girls in maybe my whole life. Never sat in a theater with two screaming girls watching. It was fun.
Right.
So that's the way you're supposed to enjoy the movie. And then
The guy in front of us did not find it fun.
No.
Why? He was pissed off that you were screaming at a horror
he
movie.
shushed us.
Yeah,
And I shushed him back.
Who was it?
He was some guy writing. He was like in the aisle seat, like he had a big
All
sweaty
sweaty.
neck.
Oh,
Yeah, it was terrible.
down his neck.
And he was in the row in front of us, and I guess they screamed at something, but he didn't shush the scream. It was after, because then all of a sudden Jackie turned into a fucking black movie patron, and she's like, "Why is she doing that?"
He wasn't even that loud though. He goes, shh.
In a screening room.
Yeah.
Not in a movie theater.
Yeah, it was like going on 125th Street, and she starts, "What is he going that way?" And then the guy was like, "Shh," and she shushed him back.
I hate to admit it, but I almost see it the other way with the guy.
Yeah.
You're siding with the guy.
Well, because these screening rooms are very serious.
Of course, the whole reason to go to a screening room is because you're watching the movie in peace so you can review it.
Well, they only invite people to the screening room that really could sell tickets for them or write a nice review or whatever. So
it's all media people.
Right.
And
then it's two interns that are like, "Wow, free movie! Yay! Where's the popcorn?"
Yeah, what do you mean they don't have popcorn?
The accent.
No notepads. They just walk in.
No, it was good. I thought it was really good. It was scary.
Just Facebooking the whole time.
Yeah.
So they have something over their people. Look, I got to see The Conjuring.
Nicki Minaj ringtone goes off halfway through the movie. What the fuck is here?
Yeah, I kind of see it the other way. Ugh.
Of course
We didn't
you
use our
should.
phones at all, though.
In my eyes, these interns can't do no wrong, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I almost understand the shushing.
We did eavesdrop on that guy.
Yeah?
In the beginning, he wanted to be an actor. And, I mean, he was talking to himself during this conversation, so me and Sydney just kind of listened.
What do you mean he was talking to himself?
Like his overall goal was to be like not a starring actor,
and he knew that.
Yeah, like he knew going into it.
Who was he talking to?
Himself. He was just kind of like, I'm here, and I don't know if he's talking to the guy in front of him, but he was kind of just
no one was
projecting
listening.
to who
Doesn't matter who
listened.
he's talking to.
Was
no
he
one
talking
was
into
listening.
Vice?
No.
I almost said tape recorder. Thanks. Well, now I did.
I couldn't.
Now I
I
did.
you, man. Believe me.
I know. That's why I stopped. I'm like, oh, they don't know what a tape recorder is. Jesus, a device. Thank you, Jimmy. I gotta update that. I always say tape recorder.
And what do you want to be, a character actor?
I don't know. He just said, he's like, I knew from the beginning I would never be a star. But, you could tell he really wanted to be a
Who
star.
was he talking to?
I don't know.
He really wasn't talking into
Swear to
anything?
God, he really wasn't talking to
Yeah.
anybody.
Holy.
He was like reading the pamphlet they gave you and kind of just like, oh, look at this guy. I
Right.
could have been him. And
Yeah, that's what it was.
went on with the conversation to himself.
Weird.
Yeah.
Creepy.
So I
That
don't
was
really care
before
that he
I got
shushed
there.
me.
How was Jimmy during the Conjuring?
I was upset he didn't scream at all.
No.
I mean, he looked scared.
I was frightened. I had to be macho, though.
Obviously.
Just in case you had
In case the gals felt a little badass.
Get him out of there.
Yeah. I didn't know they were safe.
Except for one part, you did scream.
What did I make a noise?
On top of the.
Oh yeah,
The
yeah.
dresser part,
Did I
yeah.
make a noise? I didn't even mean to do it. There
What
was-
kind of noise was it?
It wasn't really a scream. It was just like a gasp.
Oh,
Yeah,
Like,
I
you
did
didn't see it
gasp at
coming.
one. There was a couple that really there was a few horrifying moments, and the people in front of us, there was a guy against the wall because we were like 6 seats deep, and he had a woman with him, and she didn't scream, but she was cowering against him. Like
Right.
people were frightened, man. There was some terrifying moments in that film.
You guys like it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was really scary, but it was good.
You like scary movies?
No.
I hate them.
No.
No, me neither. The last one I saw was the first Paranormal Activity, and I didn't want to go see a scary movie after that.
I like them.
I'm awful with scary movies.
I like the
I'm
Scream
so
movies,
bad.
actually.
Yeah, those are those like kind of teeny bopper horror movies.
Yeah, I like that.
I do too.
I
like all
enjoyed
horror
that for
movies,
some
too.
reason, but I haven't seen The Ring, any of those.
That was scary. The first time I saw The Ring, I was alone. Keith Robinson got me a copy of it, and I watched it in my old apartment by myself. That's when we were off the air, and I was so fucking freaked out. I had to like leave the lights on in my apartment. That was the last Leave Your Lights On movie. was
I just
The
sleep
Ring.
in my sister's bed for like a week. I was
Yeah.
terrified.
It was frightening.
Really?
TV had to leave the room. I thought I was gonna pop on. I mean,
The Conjuring got to all of us because we watched the trailer yesterday. Right before I went to bed last night, I actually prayed that I wouldn't have weird fucking dreams about The Conjuring.
Just based on the trailer.
Yeah, I said to myself, please, no. Don't wake me up in the middle of the night where I thought I saw or heard something. Not tonight.
That's when you know that it's like a good.
I was a little fucking nervous that I would have those weird dreams about,
Yeah, when you
what
know
I saw.
it's a good scary movie, it's like you go and see it, and then you go about the rest of your day and forget about it, and then when you go to sleep, like the movie starts creeping back into your head, and you're like, oh my god.
Sydney did that
my
to
God.
me.
I forgot about it all day, and then Sydney goes, "Oh yeah, I just remembered." I'm like, "Oh god, now I'm scared." Right before bed, I'm screwed.
Are you
Someone's
guys-
gonna attack me?
Are you guys good friends now?
Yeah, we tweet.
Will you you'll be friends after this experience?
I would say so.
I mean, she's in Florida though, and I'll be in New
Yeah.
York. So
That's a no from
yeah.
Jackie. Well, we'd
No,
love
I'm just
to,
not
but
gonna fly to Florida.
Sydney's all like, yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'd love to, but, there's a great distance between.
Yeah, this day and age, that's you just can't figure out how to, keep in touch.
Lines of communication get
Right.
broken.
Yeah,
so
that's how it is.
When I was growing up, you had to write a letter. Now you can just fucking text each other.
I know.
Doesn't matter where you fucking live, Jackie.
Absolutely. Skype.
Right.
What got me was my ex and I had been texting, so I told her about the movie and how scary it was. And then before I went to bed, I looked at a text that she had sent, and it was something about, it was so scary. And I'm like, fuck. And I had to think of it again. And it's like weird. I get up to pee, where I'm like, I know I can't be uncomfortable because I'm 44 years old, but I still was like, like it's almost like you're talking shit to yourself,
Right.
As you're going, like, what is there a fucking ghost here, shithead? Like that aggressive conversation you have, but you're really frightened.
But you couldn't even tell yourself it wasn't real because the movie was based on a true story. So you're like,
Right.
oh, well, then what am I supposed to do? This is real.
Well, I think Hollywood came up with that shit just to make, the people going to the movie more scared. I bet you it's loosely based on a true story. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna read up on that.
As soon as,
Yeah.
as soon as you see it across the screen based on a true story, it freaks you out even more.
Well,
I don't even think that popped up.
in
There's
the
a whole
beginning.
paragraph.
Oh, did
In
it?
the very
Yeah, it was a
beginning.
paragraph about that.
Oh, see, you weren't paying attention.
I wasn't.
Like, I'm not gonna
It
read
was
those
too, yeah, I was
words.
reading. I didn't want to read that.
Stupid words.
Wait until the monsters pop out.
I think it was like a whole book before it even started.
That's
Because
You know
you're
what
in
that
a
is?
special screening, so when you talk about the movie, you know what you're talking about.
Because people write like newspaper articles and they need
Really?
information.
Right,
Yeah.
so they want
Never
to
heard
make
of
sure
that.
they know all the character names and all that, so it's all in front of them.
Yeah, it's not like people are going to go to like the movie theater and everybody gets a book about The Conjuring.
Yeah, that was a special thing that they gave. It was pretty scary, man. I fucking the story got me. There was, again, like I said, a couple of cheese dick horror things that they didn't do that they could have done, like that I kind of wanted them to do because I wanted that, and they just avoided it. I was like, oh, okay, they kind of had integrity,
Right.
And there was like one or two moments that they could have probably made scarier, but they didn't go the fucking completely hack route. And there was a couple of just scary shit, man. I would absolutely recommend seeing it.
I think it's going to do great. When does it come out? This weekend?
Yeah, I think Friday.
Let me-
And the same, by the way, the same couple that this is based on
Yeah.
also are the couple who are the Amityville horror. That's supposed to be a true story too.
Right.
It's the same couple
Oh.
witch hunter ghost hunter people.
Well, they're not the people like the George Lutz's name wasn't. I forget his wife's name. With
Lorraine
Lutz. Okay, they were the folks from Long Island. These guys are not them.
No, the
Wait,
ghost
what's the connection?
hunters.
The ghost hunters were.
We're also involved in the Amityville horror story. Yeah.
But they may
Like a
be
prequel.
Yeah, it's like before Amityville. They
Yeah,
make the
this is-
joke at the end.
71. Yeah.
We when I was in high school, we would go to the Amityville Horror House. We would get like drunk. We'd have, dare I say, some road sodas. We thought we'd be cool, and we're like, hey, let's go to the house tonight. And we go there at night, like around 11, 12. Fucking creepy as shit seeing that house.
Well, it's just that whatever the design of that barn.
but they got rid of that.
Is that gone?
Yeah, they finally. This is years ago now. They finally sold the house, and the new owner said, "Fuck that. We don't want people stopping in front of our house all night." So they redesigned the whole front of it.
Oh, they did.
So it doesn't look like the house from the movie.
The book was scary. I mean,
Yeah.
when I was in school, everybody had read the book, and it was fucking frightening.
And I think the bar the guy went to after the murders
I don't remember.
was pretty much right on the corner.
Ronnie DeFeo.
Yeah.
Do you remember when that happened? I don't remember when the
Oh
murders
God,
happened.
I don't know. I would have to say the 70s, right?
I want to say, I'm going to guess 74 is when all that went down. I don't know if 74 is the murders or when the actual haunting happened. I'm going to guess 74 is the murders.
I think it's a haunting
Was it?
because
Right. From
this one was 71, so it would have had to been at least after. So the killings would have had to been before 71.
You learned all
I
that
was
without even reading the
68.
book.
I seen the Amityville horror movie with Ryan Reynolds. So beautiful.
Well, that was a remake. They did the movie years ago.
What, Sam? She likes Ryan Reynolds.
I saw your face. Don't try it. You're trying.
Yeah, that was the movie was like maybe.
Nobody should be able to get
He
away
looks
with
so beautiful.
so beautiful in this studio. What are
It's
you
Jackie,
talking
though. I mean, come on.
What year was the Ronnie DeFeo murders? Didn't he kill his whole family in the house?
Yeah, and then I think he went to the local bar, and if I remember correctly.
Was he just a nut? He was just like
Of course.
kook?
Yeah, he wasn't possessed or anything.
No. That was, by the way, a scary scene in the original movie, I think. How many movies were on the Amityville Horror? There was the remake she's talking about in the original.
They went way too far with the
Yeah, I
whole
think
thing.
they did 3 sequels.
Oh my god.
But there was
Something like that.
And
yeah.
then a remake.
And then yeah.
There was one that showed Ronnie walking through the house, and it was fucking terrifying. Because you know that really happened. What year was that, Sim?
74
Wow, Jimmy nailed
was
it.
when he was convicted of the killing.
When he's convicted, so he probably did it.
Oh,
in
Jimmy.
But the conviction, who knows how long of a trial was it, Sam? It could
It
have also
wasn't.
happened.
No, it was around 6:30 p.m. November 1974. He entered Henry's bar in Amityville, Long Island, and declared, "You got to help me." Yeah, it was November 13th, 74.
Okay.
That it happened.
And he was convicted when?
Right after that, I guess.
He probably just admitted it.
Said, fuck it. I did it.
Okay, he was found guilty a year later in 75.
That's it.
Yep.
Nowadays, man, you don't get all that happening in 1 year. It takes forever.
It was probably a bunch. I'm going to guess it was a lot of competency stuff because I think he was. They didn't know if they called him Bad Boy Ronnie for whatever reason. Like he was just crazy. They thought.
Yeah.
But I was known as boy most likely to come up with an accurate. Very good at that.
I can't get over that, like, this dude is there. It's his job to watch these movies and just review them. But he watches movies quietly, like a reviewer should. And when he shushes the girl, who he doesn't know why this young girl is there,
Right.
who's talking, she shushes him back.
I do.
Good for you.
Well, I didn't want to hear him anymore. I mean, I said one thing. I was interested. It was awesome. I mean, it's not like I was screaming. Why'd she go in there? I was like, oh, why'd she go in
Yeah,
there?
it wasn't distracting.
Like,
or
wasn't bring to
shitty.
Sydney. Why would she do
You know what, though? If you're a movie reviewer, maybe you're looking at the film way too closely.
Yeah.
So then you got these two girls that have no business being in there, but they're basically regular moviegoers. Wouldn't you pay close attention to what they're reacting to, and that would help your review?
It's like a director putting up with the test screen audience's opinion.
Right.
Well, what I think is they should have.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I would have added to my review that and these two broads were screaming throughout the whole fucking movie.
Somebody might.
I'd write it just like that too.
They might get mentioned in somebody's review that they were screaming, and
I hope so.
They may actually think that the movie companies planted you there. They were
Yeah.
such screamers; they sounded like movie company plants.
It was really bad. My throat hurt.
I
at
had to
the
take a
end.
sip of water.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were fucking hollering up a storm. Fucking Christ.
A lot of stuff just popped out at you. I screamed at something I shouldn't have even, like a bird flying into a window. I freaked out. I was like, okay.
That's some good movie making, Sam. When they get you to scream for, things that, weren't the scary parts.
And only one guy shushed them, but every single reviewer in there's like, it's a fucking bird. Why are they still screaming?
They take their jobs a little too seriously.
That's true.
I don't know if that would bother people, though, to see a horror movie with people who are screaming. It didn't seem to affect anybody negatively. Like, I didn't see anybody looking back. There was one black guy behind us.
Right.
And I heard him kind of chuckling at something that you guys screamed at, but it didn't seem like anybody was annoyed at the yelling.
I used to go to the screenings with Patrice O'Neal. It was one of the things we did a lot together. And one of my favorite moments ever with Patrice O'Neal, it was Cloverfield.
I remember that.
Oh.
Were you there too?
I was, yeah.
Okay, there wasn't many people in the theater. Were you there too, Sam?
I was.
Oh, okay. Who was the reviewer?
Jeffrey Lyons.
It was Jeffrey Lyons. He's a fucking stiff. So Patrice is like, just laughing out loud at ridiculous parts of the movie and just enjoying himself. And we're enjoying Patrice watching the movie, basically.
Because Patrice treated it like the girls treated it. He always treated it like he's just at the movie.
Yeah, he's like, fuck, I get to see this movie before anyone else.
Right.
That's how we looked at it. You're right.
Right.
So the credits roll on Cloverfield, and he basically said, skip it. Was that exactly what he said?
No, I think in my
I don't
memory,
want to get this wrong. I thought it was just skip it.
In my memory, the credits are rolling, and Patrice is just in his chair going, boo.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay. I knew it was better.
Yeah.
I knew it was better. I would be a horrible spokesperson for fucking Patrice O'Neal as we try to keep his name alive. Yeah, because that's way funnier. Yeah, he's just going, boo, boo.
He had his big dumb hat on.
And Jeffrey Lyons just turns to Patrice so annoyed and goes, no one asked you. I was like, God, relax.
I felt the same way because I loved it. Everyone hated it but me. Everyone in the
I
theater,
liked it.
It was awful. I made me
loved it.
motion sickness.
That's what a lot of people felt. I loved it.
I got what they were going for, but they could have made it less shaky, still had that same effect, and I think that movie would have done really well because the story itself was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
what bothered a lot of people.
But they blew it with that shaky cam. Because I, too, got really fucking nauseous during that. I looked down so many times during that movie, I just couldn't handle it.
Did they ever show the creature
Yes.
either?
Yeah, oh,
They
yeah,
did?
they
I
did.
In
thought
a
they
second,
didn't.
when T.J. Miller, who was the camera guy, was getting picked up and eaten, they showed him for a second.
Oh, yeah.
It looked great,
And
too.
then it falls down.
And the
and kinda
helicopter
ends there.
shots.
Oh, yep.
Right. Yeah.
I think so, right?
They made a mistake.
Yeah,
right?
they missed a
with
little
that
bit.
shaky cam.
I don't know. I enjoyed it.
I did, too, man. I couldn't believe how much it felt like it's such an original movie.
Yeah. Let's say hi to Keegan and Utica. Keegan.
Yo.
Hi, Keegan.
What's up?
Hey, I heard someone mention Paranormal Activity, and you're talking about people screaming in theaters. I actually had this. The movie wasn't the best horror movie I've ever seen, but the experience is one that was like the absolute best. Halfway through, I'm like, oh man, I gotta piss, and they're just talking, so like I got time. I go out, go to the bathroom. I'm walking back. I'm not making this up. The door slams open to the theater. Large, sweating black woman is running out screaming, yelling, fuck that shit. Pushing me out of the way. And I'm like, all right. I'm walking back. People start jumping as I'm walking past them. I sit down. My wife looks at me and she's like, you fucking missed it. I'm like, missed what? The whole movie, everybody else knows exactly what just happened. I missed the big moment.
Right. That's funny.
It's always weird when you piss during. I had to sneak out once during the film, and I tried to do it in a place when these guys are when there was. I don't think I really missed anything. I almost did, but it's hard when you got to piss during a horror film.
Right. Oh, that's funny, Keegan. Good
Fuck
job.
that shit.
Let's go to Canada and say hi to Jody Jacobs from Canada. What's up, Jody?
Jody. By the way, Jody was the pig's name in Amityville Horror.
Right on. How's it going, guys?
Hi, Jody.
Hey, Jody.
I just got a story here. Me and my fiance actually lived in this house for about a year. This was 3 years ago. And a bunch of fucking weird shit started happening through there. Like lights and shit were coming on all hours of the night, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. And we had 3 kids. They were hearing children laughing upstairs. It got to the point where I actually had to fucking get up and search for fucking something that was actually there or wasn't there. And everything just went to fucking shit. We actually had to move out of there. We lived there roughly for about a year, so it was pretty fucking creepy shit, man. There was a lot of shit going on.
Like what? What else?
Well, fucking another thing was like downstairs, like the basement. Fucking nobody wanted to go in the fucking basement. This was like a low rental place, right? And we were having I would have nightmares of basements over there, and my fiance and the kids would fucking definitely not go down there. We'd hear footsteps, people sort of fucking around, like laughing and talking, and it was all fucking whacked. This went on for roughly probably about like the year that we stayed there for a year. It happened roughly for about 6 months, the last 6 months. My fiance never believed in any of that shit until that stuff started happening. And once that started happening, we had to fucking move out of there.
I don't know what to believe, but there's we could take 2 hours of stories easily.
I become such a cynic with it.
I really don't know what to believe, but I mean, this guy. You were convinced there was some shit going on in that house, though.
No, I was definitely convinced, man. And I'm not one of those spiritual fucking guys who believe in, I'll have to actually see it before I actually believe it,
right.
And shit like that was fucking happening. And kids don't lie, man. Like the kids were fucking hearing shit here.
Yes, they do.
Well, these kids are like 3, 5, and 7, so it was definitely right off the fucking hook. I'm glad I was out of that fucking place, that's for sure. I wouldn't bullshit you guys. You guys are my favorite turds, that's for sure.
Thank you, buddy.
All right, Jody. Thank you, brother. My brother lived in an old house in Westchester, and he swears it was haunted. So, and he's a level-headed guy. He's one of the level-headed ones in my family. And the first time I went to see him, I was sleeping on a pull-out couch downstairs in the living room. And what a fucking asshole, but this is my family. Just as he's turning off the lights upstairs, he goes, "Oh, by the way, the house is haunted," and then turns the lights off for the night. And I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. And I just waited till the sun came up.
That's all it took?
Yeah. Because it was an old house to begin with, so it had a weird vibe to it.
And the creaky...
I'm not going to sit here and say I heard anything. No, I didn't hear anything. But him just saying that was like, great. So I had a shitty night's sleep.
Wow.
And I couldn't wait for the sun to come up. Couldn't wait. And then he told me stories that the toilets would flush on their own. And people have explained that could happen just if you have shitty plumbing. But he would talk about how doors would slam really hard in the middle of the night. And he was convinced there was some weird shit going on in that house.
Creepy.
What was the whispering? Look what she made me do. Look what they made me. Or she made me.
Or she was screaming.
But in The Conjuring?
It was like, follow me. This is my hiding spot. And they're whispering, clap.
Look what she made me do. It was,
I can't even think about it. It freaks me out.
Yeah, that was what the whisper was. Look what she made me do.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, yeah.
She made me do.
No.
Scary.
Yeah.
No.
And the clap was kind of creepy.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, there was some fucking very creepy, isolating moments.
Do we have us watching the Conjuring trailer, E-Rock?
Yes, we do.
I want to play that into the break. People enjoyed it yesterday. They thought it was hilarious.
Okay.
Us just watching the stupid trailer, and then Jimmy and the
Screaming.
Jimmy and the interns actually went and saw the movie yesterday. Yeah. So let's say hi to Adam in Houston. Adam.
Hey guys.
Hi, Adam.
I don't want to be critical, but you guys are dangerously close to jumping the shark with this intern stuff. I always live my life by thinking about what would Patrice think, and I do not think Patrice would be overly happy with these white girl interns getting so much airtime.
I know you think that, sir, and you sound like a very mentally stable man, but you misread Patrice. Then I think you don't understand that he would have understood the enjoyment.
Way not to get us
of hearing female voices as opposed to male voices all the time. I think you're completely wrong, actually.
Yeah,
and you know what Patrice would have loved? The underlying current of every minute they're on the air. The boy intern is not.
Yeah. Of course.
Like that sort of antagonistic.
You really didn't know Patrice, Adam. He would totally get what we're doing with this.
And I know Patrice had a weird...
Because in the end, you idiot, it's a bit.
Yeah.
Well,
Not to tear down a wall, but the whole fucking thing's a bit. Of course they're shitty interns like every other intern we've had.
Well,
but they just look good.
Yeah, I don't know if it's...
Holy fuck. I think
fully a bitch.
I have to disagree on that.
I didn't mean that. Sorry.
What do you think? You're apologizing.
Yeah, I didn't mean it. That guy just got me mad. I didn't mean any of that.
She's shushing movie reviewers. She's in movie screenings. You're apologizing. You're offering. Why don't we have them do the whole show today? I mean, there are no bits here, but.
No, Patrice would love these two because they're nice. If you were nice and you were just because you were a woman, he wasn't going to be ultra critical for no reason.
Right.
It was certain attitudes that he criticized and certain people who have entitlement. But you guys are just you're going along with it. You're having fun. There's a difference.
And you don't find it funny that they went to a special screening and they were just screaming the whole time? That's great.
Is he gone?
Yeah, he just left. I didn't hang up on him.
Slurping their soda.
No, there was no beverages
No, yeah, you
allowed.
can't. We couldn't even find the place to begin with. We had to call Roland.
Well, because they're like hidden. These screening rooms are in these buildings, and all of a sudden they open up to these amazing theaters that only like, I don't know, 25 fucking people could go to.
Yeah, the reason they're hidden is so people like Jackie and Sydney don't show up at them.
Yeah.
You just show up and say, Roland, you're allowed in.
Apparently, yeah. We'll just do it from now on.
We should have like 500 listeners show up to the screening.
Yeah.
Roland.
Roland sent us.
Good old
The
Roland.
fucking narcoleptic guy that works at Sirius. Creep.
He's well connected, though. It amazes me to this day.
You guys got to go see it.
Yeah, maybe
You have
today.
to see it tonight, man.
Maybe we'll see it tonight.
Yeah, you should.
Oh, but now it's in a regular theater tonight, I think.
That's even better. I mean, even though we saw it where we saw it,
Actually, that would be better,
I
right?
prefer to see it with
You should be
half.
sure to sit next to two 20-year-old girls
Yeah.
so you get the full experience.
Yeah, or black people because they react properly to horror film.
Of course they
I feel like
Black
it'd be
people
scarier in a bigger theater too. I mean, it was so small in that one. You're all close together.
Everyone would be like feeding off of each other's fear.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we would have screamed more if it was a bigger.
I don't know if that's possible, but we would have figured a way out.
Yeah. When else would you have screamed during the opening credits?
Yeah, I guess.
I guess the seats were probably too separated in the screening room for you two to clutch on to Jim in fear.
No, they were right next to each other. Everything was right there.
Not that I need validation, but I do want to go to another caller about the Patrice thing. Sean in Jersey. Go ahead, Sean.
Opie, big time fan, long time listener, yada, yada, yada.
All right, thanks, Sean.
I think that caller was definitely wrong. This definitely would have been one of those mornings where Patrice would have brought up the power of vagina.
Exactly. Exactly. He would have totally got this. He would have been laughing in our faces and doing that point like, because he would know exactly what this was about.
Absolutely. We all miss him.
Oh, God. I still can't listen to, Patrice's comedy. To this day, I still can't do it. Thank you, Sean.
No problem.
All right. I want to get to that point where I could just fucking put on his CDs and just laugh instead of being like, fuck, way too early on this one, man. All right. Drive-in. Hold on, one more call. Jen in Boston. Jen.
Morning, guys.
Good
Hi,
morning,
Jen.
Jen.
We went to the drive-in in Milford, New Hampshire. We saw Despicable Me, so my kids were all excited. And the preview in between the movies was the friggin' Conjuring.
Why would they do that?
Absolutely. My kids were terrified.
Oh, good.
Of course they were horrified. Why
That's
would
great.
you do that?
We're in the middle of the fucking woods. And this movie, they were like just beside. They couldn't even deal with it.
Wait, this is a drive-in?
The drive-in.
How
up there.
great would it be to see The Conjuring in a drive-in?
I went to that drive-in. Yeah, it's a cool
God.
old-school drive-in in the Boston area in the suburbs.
Oh, you know where it is, the one she means?
I believe so, yeah. Because there's not many left, right, Jen?
No, there's one in Mendon, Mass, and then there's one in Milford, New Hampshire, and we were up in...
Oh, okay. I think I'm thinking of the one in Massachusetts. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's
All
the
right.
one in New Hampshire.
Right.
I saw the trailer for The Conjuring when I saw The Purge. That made sense.
Right.
Despicable Me is the
No,
worst possible
why would they
place.
do that?
But wait, when you watch him drive in now, is it the same type of hang speaker? There's got to be a better way.
I haven't gone in years, but...
They're still right next to you. They got the speakers, but you
But
can
that's
also,
for... All right,
you can
yeah.
also change it to your car.
That's
You
for
can change
that's
the
for
station.
show. Because now they
Yeah,
got it
they
on
wanted to
your
come through the
radio.
Oh, how does it sound?
Jackie's
Really
talking about
good.
the one outside
We
Rochester.
got 4 in Rochester.
I went to a few fucking drive-ins in the Rochester area. Yeah.
Drive-ins are awesome.
You have 4 drive-ins in Rochester?
Yeah, 45 minutes each direction.
They're the greatest, too. We used to go on just a boring night with a bunch of Dare I say road sodas?
We brought a grill one time too.
Yeah,
Started
and they
grilling
don't
out
give a
right
fuck.
there. No.
They let you do whatever the hell you want in Rochester.
Mm-hmm.
They're not so fucking just. What's the word I'm looking for?
Uptight.
Yeah, uptight is absolutely the word. So we would set up a whole fucking like picnic.
Yeah.
Blankets, grills, beers.
Yeah, we get about like 10 people to go. You get like a couple different cars.
But are they
and then-
popular? Like.
Oh yeah, they're
these
still
things?
really popular. Yeah.
There was one when I was up there, which is way too long ago now. But there was a whole lawn in front of the in front of the fucking screen. So you parked your car and then you moved all your shit in front.
Had like a little picnic. Put out.
How'd you hear?
I don't remember anymore. I'm trying to think if they had speakers in that area or people just kind of cranked up their cars
There
in the
might
front
even be
row.
is there probably an iPhone app now that you can
all that, I'm
pick up
sure.
the audio or something?
Sure, yeah.
It's probably off by a half a second. It's always annoying.
Right.
I've been going to a drive-in. Last thing I remember seeing E.T. in the drive-in. We hopped the fence and went and saw E.T. That's how I saw E.T. for the first time. I haven't been in fucking years.
My grandma had a house in Wading River. On the way home, we'd take the country road, and I think in Riverhead they had a drive-in, and we would always just get the glimpse of the fucking Disney movie as we're driving by on a hot summer night. It was the coolest thing ever. Like, holy fuck, there's a movie going on over there.
Yeah.
You would think you would think my parents would stop just once, and
Yeah, it's like a glimmer of the movie.
that's
every
all
time.
I got. But for some weird reason, it's a great childhood memory for myself.
For a split second.
Yeah, but now I think about it, like, fuck my parents. Why didn't they go in?
Once.
Yeah, that movie was probably 50 cents. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of it as a lovely memory.
No.
I saw if the light was red, we got to see an extra minute of the movie.
Yeah, you drove past a fun place.
Right. You're right,
That's
Sam.
a terrible memory.
They took the country road to drive you past that
Probably
place
to
and
get
not
free
take
entertainment.
you.
Yeah, just to show you what bad boys don't get.
Yeah.
I love doing radio with these two.
What?
They're very observant, Sam.
They're just giggling.
And they got follow-up questions and thoughts and
Good commentary.
good commentary. They keep the story going. She added a lot there.
I understand, but there's never been a compliment given to a person in here. What are you
They're
doing?
just wonderful.
You have to pause to mention how great they are for conversation?
Yeah, and they still have the sign, I think, that says Riverhead Drive-In, but the thing is long gone. I think there's like a Home Depot back there or something. But you're right. Why the fuck did they never stop?
They just wanted to show you.
They wanted to get us home. We'd spent the weekends at Wading River, so it was time to fucking get home, I guess.
Do you have to? Can you buy tickets in advance for driving?
There's no drive-ins around here.
No, but I'm saying like up in New Hampshire or Rochester. I would
No.
love to go to one.
I don't
It's like a
think
regular
so.
movie
Yeah,
theater.
yeah, you just go there.
I bet you could.
Oh, Rocky
Fandango
Point.
it.
Hold on.
How do you know? You can't just drive up there and if it's sold out.
You could probably
Never
Fandango
sold.
it.
It's never sold out.
No.
Never.
You should go to a drive-in.
I want to. I have a
know
nice,
what?
comfortable car just to relax.
Let me just get John on the phone. I fucked up that whole thing. It's actually the Rocky Point Drive-In. He's absolutely right. I was thinking Riverhead, but John, go ahead.
Yeah, how you doing, Opie? It's the Rocky Point one. My great-grandparents had a place in Rocky Point, a summer house. We used to go out there all the time. And then we'd stop on the way home. My father would take us in there, and we'd watch whatever movie. But it was great, Rocky Point, in those days,
What the fuck?
Older than you.
Wait, but your parents stopped. My parents never stopped. Do you understand this?
That kind of stuff.
And we were
Right.
going to Wading River, especially in the summer, easily 10 straight years. We didn't stop once on the way home. It wasn't one and done. We saw this Rocky Point drive-in over and over again.
You see how much better his pleasant childhood memory is than yours?
Fuck.
He got to watch the movie.
Yeah, man.
Hey, not only that, Opie had a great playground there, too.
I wouldn't know.
And I'd catch a glimpse of a movie as I drove by, okay?
And it used to be a one-lane road, and then they turned it into a two-laner. So the lights were stayed green longer, so then I really didn't get a glimpse of the damn thing.
No. Just a bunch of kids in there enjoying cartoons.
Having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, why didn't they ever stop?
Headed home.
That was one of the last drive-ins, too, up on Long Island.
Yeah, I think so. Wasn't there one in, this is too
There was
local.
one in Bayshore.
I'm going to say Comac.
There was Comac, there was Smithtown.
What about the
I-
conch?
There was-
Huh?
there
What
was
about the conch?
Westbury
Everyone in the
was big
conch?
one. We used to go to Smithtown. We used to throw kids in the trunk and everything.
I think Smithtown. I think we got a glimpse of that movie screen once as well. Yes. But
Yeah,
for some reason, they didn't think this would be a good
condominium.
family activity to go to a drive-in.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, but it was a great time.
I wouldn't know. Well, I kind of know from the nice glimpse.
My dad
Thanks,
took me,
John.
My dad took me to a drive-in. I forget what we saw, but I remember that the late feature was The Sensuous Nurse starring Ursula Andress. And I wanted to stay and watch it. He was like, no, I'm not taking you to watch The Sensuous Nurse.
At a drive-in?
Yeah, I didn't know like how inappropriate that would be for father and son to watch The Sensuous Nurse.
But you know what? You know how desperately he wanted to see that movie? But he was with you like, fuck.
Yeah, he probably wanted to throw me in the trunk and then fucking whack his bag all over the thermos.
Well, you know what? You just set up the next phone call because I was about to say this guy's bullshitting. But now after what you just said, I have to believe. Eric in Indy, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hi. What do you got, buddy?
Yeah, I live in Indiana, and until the early 80s, in the middle of the country, in the middle of nowhere, there was a XXX drive-in theater. So growing up as a teenager, you would sneak by there and watch XXX movies on this huge screen.
Well, this movie...
Oh, my God. You do that outdoors.
Were you able to get a glimpse as you drove by?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was a huge screen. How could you not? There was a 6-foot fence, but you stood back 10 feet. There's just...
Sam, we come from a way better time than you guys.
That used to be
I know you guys got youth, but we had some shit that went down when we were growing up.
And The Sensuous Nurse, by the way, was rated R. It was not rated X. It was, the movie I'm talking about was rated R.
It was a hard R, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. They would show some things.
It was probably mild compared to a lot of... I've seen it since.
It's not mild if you're 13 years old.
Oh, God, I want to crank to it. Oh.
Get you frothing.
Just the idea of there being any kind of titty on a drive-in screen is like amazing.
Right.
Oh, yeah, there was.
Oh, that's huge.
And there was just Harry Bush everywhere.
There was Harry Bush everywhere.
Yeah.
But how great would that be if you're just driving late at night home and you catch a glimpse of a titty? Then that's a nice memory.
And didn't some of the drive-ins have it where you could tune your radio in so you could hear the audio from the movie instead of having to put the speaker on?
Well, we would kind of do that with you're bringing up another memory. When we knew we were getting close to the Rocky Point Drive-In, we would tune it in so we would get to hear the movie for a couple miles. We'd only get to we would only get to see it at the red light, but we get to hear it for a couple miles.
Oof.
So, like, as you were approaching, you could hear what was going on.
Yes.
You're like, I can't wait to see this for a second.
Yes, and then we'd roll down the windows, and 6 of us in a tiny car would all poke our heads out, looking at the movie quickly.
That's horrible.
Why did they ever stop? This is really...
Did you ever ask?
I might have to go back to therapy. I got to figure this one out.
Yeah.
I thought it was a great memory until we start talking about it.
Yeah.
Now I'm realizing it's just sick.
Had you never gone to... Maybe you went
I
to
swear we never went. Not once. And this Rocky Point Drive-In was, I don't know, like 20 minutes from Wading River.
That's like on some Orphan Annie shit.
That's weird, right?
Yeah. All the kids having fun inside. You could almost smell chocolate chip cookies when you're going by. Done for you.
I guess their thought process, we just had a great weekend at the beach house, and it was just time to get everyone fucking home.
Oh, it's the last thing they wanted to do was listen to you 6 in the back seat.
Right.
Well, they wanted to get home, yeah.
6, sometimes 7, sometimes 8, actually.
Oh, my God.
Sometimes 8 in that car.
Jesus.
That's all it was.
My made-up sister, Karen, that came and went. I had a made-up sister. But she had red hair, so it kind of made sense. She went from my my sister's best friend to my sister like within a weekend.
Your sister's best friend to your sister? Like, so now this is our sister now, no longer your sister's best friend.
Yeah. And
so
she had
weird.
reddish hair, so it kind of worked.
I think the whole thing...
And even when we put our initials in the cement outside our house, we added her initial.
I thought you meant like an imaginary friend. Or
No,
man.
A real person that just started being his sister.
He said a made-up sister.
That makes it a little weirder.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Oh,
I think
man.
the whole thing with, like, your family bringing in kids at odd points, so you have these weird, like... pseudo-siblings is I've always thought that was very strange that your parents did that.
Yeah, they meant well, but then, then Karen hated my mom and one day just left and I never saw her.
That's the pseudo-sister?
Yeah.
What
never
was the
saw
last
her
time you
again.
saw her? How
I guess, like, some of my siblings, got back in touch with her because of Facebook.
Oh.
20-some-odd years later.
Are you curious?
Yeah, sure. She was around a couple of years, I think. One day she just had a boyfriend that packed up a pickup truck with her shit, and she said, "I'm out of here."
Oh, like Mickey and Mallory.
Right. And I'm just a kid. I'm like, "What do you mean you're out of here? You're my sister now." They told me you're my sister.
Oh, he's crying.
And then she said that she'd be back to, visit or whatever. And we never saw her again.
Where'd she come from?
A broken home.
Oh.
Yeah, her father was getting remarried, and the new one actually said that, it's her or me.
Wow.
Oh my God.
And the father said, "All right, it's you." So now her daughter needed a place to live.
That's a rough one.
And she was only a teenager. She was probably 14, 15 at the time. That was it.
Wow. Aww. Yeah, that'd be so weird to bring in, because it's almost like bringing in foster kids.
And then she would sneak cigarettes and you'd smell the cigarette smoke at night. Ooh. She was a bad girl.
She was a naughty one.
And she'd cough. She'd cough because you already had smoker's lung at 15, 16.
Yeah.
If I was your parents, taking in some girl who was there because her dad said he didn't want her anymore and she was still acting up.
Right.
I'd be so pissed. That's so ungrateful.
In general, I don't think she acted up. I mean,
smoking is acting up.
Most people know I had a mom that was a little unusual.
Yeah.
And, this one's like, what? I don't have to deal with this.
Right.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, she don't need parents.
A strange way of enforcing the rules.
Yeah, it was kind of cool she didn't need parents.
Yeah,
like
she don't need parents.
It was a little erotic.
Did you ever whack your bag to her?
No. To be honest, no.
But she's not really your sister, I guess.
I felt that it was a little erotic.
The independence.
And she walked
was
around
sexy.
our house like a little hippie.
Oh, I like that.
You know what that means, right? No
Yeah.
bra. Yes. What? Sorry, Silver.
Did you watch her just tits jiggling? her not my sister tits jiggling?
But then they said it was my sister, so, you got that confusion in your head. And then the red hair kind of, brought it all together.
Oh, that probably fucked you up good. Just sexual thoughts of this person that they were insisting was your sister.
Yeah.
But the sexual thoughts wouldn't go away because in your brain, she's not your sister.
Right. I don't know.
She moved in when she was like 15. There's no way.
But we had to find a K to put her in the cement.
You did?
Yeah. All our fucking initials are in the cement. And they said, nope, we have to put the K in there.
And she still came home with cigarettes and took off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Big red
She'd open up her window so she could sneak a smoke.
Oh, my goodness. That does sound erotic.
It was nice.
Right.
I think she was into the Allman Brothers. It was like, she was a hippie girl, man.
You think she had a gentleman from her class sneaking up that window?
No, that was my other sister. My real sister. Yeah, she had a boyfriend live in the attic. I've told all these stories.
Yeah, but that's not erotic because that's your real sister.
Right.
Oh, it goes back to the movie you guys saw. I thought my house was haunted. I'm gonna retell the story for the gals. And me and my brothers were all young, 12, 11, 10. We thought our house was haunted because we heard noises in the attic. It turns out that my sister's boyfriend got kicked out of the house, and so logically she thought it would be cool if he just lived in the attic. And she would, and she would sneak food up there for him.
How long did he live up there for?
I don't know, to be honest with you. Maybe like a summer, I would guess.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, it was more than a week.
Mom and Dad,
it was for a while.
I heard a ghost yelling, "I'm gonna come. Open your mouth."
And then I thought it was so cool. My sister, she's technically my half sister from my dad's first marriage, technically. So, she was a bit older. She was 6.5 years older than me, and I started asking questions, and she let me in on the secret, which I thought was the coolest thing ever. She goes, "All right, I got to show you something." I'm like, "What?" And we went up to the attic, and there's the guy going, "Hi." Hi.
Just living in your attic.
I'm the ghost.
Oh, he had it all fucking figured out. He had a nice little fucking spread up there.
Your parents never knew?
Nah.
They never went up to the attic?
He plugged in a little electricity that he turned on. Little light.
Sucking up
Didn't
your
know their
electric
bill went up?
Yeah.
Right. And then he had a little cot/bed thing.
The weirdness of your childhood, like even the stuff that you thought was just regular, typical childhood stuff, was weird.
Yeah, that's why I want to write a book. I don't want to write a book about radio. I want to write a book about growing up. Because when I get with my brothers, the stories we remember together is like, holy fuck, I forgot about that.
Well, this didn't happen to people.
No, that was a crazy time. It made it fun, though.
How did you get in and out of the house?
There was a back door that led to the attic. It was perfect.
Oh.
It was
Like
perfect.
a secret passage?
Yeah, right up to the fucking attic.
That's insane.
Creepy old attic.
I can't
With
fathom.
windows, though.
Is there a ladder?
That's where all this haunting shit comes from, by the way. you know, you're just not in on the fucking.
Yeah.
No, I'm the guy living in your attic.
Right. So anyone else coming and going would go, holy fuck, this house is haunted. Because it was an old house to begin with, so you would hear the creaking.
I think very few people have mystery people living in their houses for seasons. For an entire summer. I don't think that happens very often. I think there are more cases of actual ghosts haunting houses than people living there for a full summer.
Well, then we brought in the colored girl.
Oh.
Well, my grandma called her the colored girl because she came from a different generation. It wasn't racist. She just didn't know any better.
Right. The worst nickname she could have had, let's be honest.
Yeah, and it would piss off my mom because my grandma was living with us for a while, too. And we had a colored girl renting a room where I think we might have just... Oh, no, that was the summer where we took in a fresh air kid from the city.
What?
I'm trying to remember all the stories. And then
Were these just random kids, or you knew them?
Well, my town's very, like, Catholic. I was brought up pretty religious, and, like, it was the thing to do was to, you know, kind of have a black kid around for a little while for the summer.
That was
so they can leave
That
the
was the
city
thing.
and enjoy the beaches and stuff.
Those are accessory for the summer.
Oh, so
I think it was called the Fresh Air Fund.
So you're living in like the Long Island suburbs, and like the thing that all the Catholics do is bring in some
Bring in a black kid
from the city.
And then we went to the big, I think it was Camp Alvernia, and we had a big retreat there, and all the white families brought their black kid there to swim in the pool.
Gosh. This is so
And in a
racist.
weird way, everyone felt good about themselves that they were helping the hood.
Of course they did.
Yeah.
And these black kids don't realize they're just being used for social standings.
Yeah, and then we'd bring them to like the ocean and stuff, and they would be just amazed how cool the ocean was.
Everybody had a little,
I don't think that would lasted long. I think that was only a couple weeks, maybe.
Everybody had a Gabby Douglas in their family.
Yeah, I can relate to the Gabby Douglas thing. But my no, I almost said something really bad.
Go ahead.
Our kid, let's just say, fucking didn't do the gymnastics like she did.
No,
she didn't do much of anything.
What?
That we were impressed with. Or she probably would have. Or she probably would have continued living with us. She had no special skills.
Yeah.
Oh, no pizzazz.
No
Your
pizzazz.
friends come over and say, "Opie, how come your black kid doesn't do any tricks?"
Yeah. What does yours do?
Yeah. I just remember as a kid realizing how weird it was. We went to Camp Alvernia. It was some weird religious retreat for the day or the weekend. And all the white families had their black... it was bring the black kid to the pool day or something.
That's so weird.
It was so strange to me. I'm like, what is this?
And it's like everybody feeling good about themselves,
Right.
thinking they're doing the right thing. But the racial undertones are just
And then,
omnipresent.
they popped back on a bus. We never saw them again. I don't even know the girl's name.
You don't remember?
No. But it made
Color girl.
But it made the town feel good for a summer.
It's racist.
Is it racist?
I think so.
Why?
Because you're just like kind of finding a random black kid and using them. Like you're trying to show them a good time to make yourself feel better. Like, look what I did for this person.
That's
who's
sort of
less than me.
That's sort of what I felt that summer. Yeah, it was a little strange.
Yeah, I mean, it's like taking
Because
in
you
a
would call
stray
up other
cat.
families like, you got one? We got one.
Right.
Why don't we all get
Play
together?
date?
Yeah, it was like a play date. Because I don't know what to do with I don't know what to do with these people. Maybe if we get them all together, they'll play amongst themselves.
Does yours eat its vegetables? No, mine neither.
They meant well, though.
They did. Their heart was in the right place.
No, then my parents started renting rooms, and my grandmas were living with us. As we left the house, there was a lot of empty rooms. So my mom, who was always obsessed with like money, thinking she was going to be on the street any day, started renting rooms to crazy fucking people. And the quote colored woman wasn't a crazy person; she was very normal. But my mom came home one day. My grandma goes, "The colored girl came downstairs. She needs to ask you something." And my mom, really pissed off, goes, "Her name is," and I forgot what her name was.
Right.
Don't say that.
That's your actual grandma.
Yeah, and she wasn't racist at all. But I mean, if she was alive, she'd be 100 and how old would she be now? 103. So
The era. Wow.
It was the era. Yeah.
It's not some old lady that just moved in and then you're like, no, this is your grandma now.
No,
Okay.
we knew her
it's
pretty
an
well.
adopted grandma.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
But really quickly,
Didn't
like,
have red hair.
But I felt bad for my younger brothers. I got, twin brothers that are 6 years younger than me, so they were still in the house when they started renting rooms, so they had to deal with these crazy people. And my brother Quinn befriended one of the guys, normal white guy, seemed normal on the outside, and he starts stealing everyone's shit, including Quinn's bike, to go get drugs.
Oh my God.
Which was a bummer for Quinn because he thought he had a real friendship with the guy.
And a bike.
And a bike. And then there was the girl that OD'd in the woods. She was dead, and they brought her back to life. She was renting a room.
With you?
Yeah.
Who brought her back to life?
So you guys just rented rooms to drug addicts?
Well, my dad had a good heart.
Yeah, apparently.
He believed in people.
Yeah,
that was one of his faults.
Yeah.
He believed in people for real. He brought in Vietnam vets, so, you know.
Didn't you say there was something about the spoons, too?
Oh, yeah. Well, there was another guy that would cook up his crack with the spoons I used to eat cereal with. That's a true story.
So you go down for cereal in the morning.
No, see, I was sort of gone,
Okay.
but I was coming and going, so I got a glimpse of it. But my brothers actually lived through this period.
But you'd come back to the house,
and I would go, "Hey, it's good to see everybody," and I'd go for a spoon, and I'm like, "Mom, why the fuck is the spoons burnt?"
There's scorch marks on the bottom of
And
the
she had
spoon.
no idea that's because the guy upstairs was cooking up his drugs.
She's down there coming out of the dishwasher.
In my old
like
room,
that.
by the way. And then I'd go up there, and there'd be burn marks on the rug and stuff. I'm like, I used to this is where I fucking had dreams.
Yeah, that's it for my childhood.
Right.
That's why all you have left is driving past a drive-in movie.
Holy fuck.
And a fake sister.
Yeah, and a fake sister.
So that guy was
Man.
cooking up crack, and then we had the girl that OD'd in the woods. I think my brother saved her life. I would have to ask Brett. I think Brett was the one that knew something was amiss and went up into the woods and saw her, like, pretty much dead.
So you escaped a lot of it.
Huh?
You escaped a lot of it. Like, it seemed like it only got weirder after you left.
Yeah, I knew that at 18 would be a good year for me because I could fucking, move on and do my thing.
Well, you figure you make, like, your fake sister and get out of there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then, it continued up until the last tenant that my parents had in the house.
Mm-hmm.
I told a story, and it did make the paper, if you don't believe me. So we had a tenant that my dad believed in. I think this was...
They believed in him.
I'm trying to remember if this was after my dad died. It was right around when my dad died, within a year. He left a suicide note in the house, and he decided to park his car at the Green Lawn train station. You can look this up, and fucking good night.
And your family's the one that has to deal with that.
Also, my mom, I think it was only my mom living in the house, and the cops showed up knocking. Do you know so-and-so? Yeah. Well, he killed himself today at the Green Lawn train station.
He parked in front of a train?
Oh, yeah.
That's the worst thing.
Oh, he wanted out. And then the cops went up into his room that he was renting, and there was the suicide note. And then we had to deal with his family and that had to come down and get all his shit and stuff. He was in our house for years, this guy.
And how come his family...
For years.
Where was his family before?
I don't know.
And he couldn't live with them.
He really didn't have family come around. Yeah. He had issues, but my dad believed in him.
Your dad is just... He
Was it a big house?
Good-natured man.
Yeah.
You thought it was a one-bedroom apartment?
We got a sofa. Nobody sits on the sofa. We can rent this out.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Cot's still in the attic.
6 rooms.
Oh.
So, but I'm one of 7/8/ maybe 9. And
on the given week.
And when we left, they were empty rooms. So yeah, they started renting them out to get some pocket money. Man. I think that's most of the stories from the tenants. I think I'm missing out on a couple. I have to ask my brother.
Did you think your parents needed the money, or was it your mom's like
lonely, empty nest?
Or your mom just being crazy, going like, "Oh, I just need we need to make sure that we have something."
Yeah, she's obsessed about money her whole life. She's obsessing about it right now somewhere.
My parents rented out a room, but it's just like to some dude named Dave. Like he's not.
Dave's a good guy.
Yeah, he won't park in front of a train or anything.
You know? Yeah, I didn't think this guy would ever.
Check your spoons.
Right.
He has like his own shelf in the fridge. It's cool.
Ew, really? Fuck that. Oh, what, you gotta have Dave putting his fucking egg salad sandwich by your shit?
You know how much I would hate if I came back from college and there was a Dave in my house?
Yeah.
In your bed.
Especially if you sensed that your father was submissive to him and then he was fucking banging your mom.
I go from there to there.
Yeah.
That was a weird transition.
But it makes sense.
I just remembered another one. Brett tells a really good story. We had another guy that was ridiculously paranoid, thought the government was watching him, and thought Brett was some kind of secret agent.
But your dad believed in him.
Dad believed in this guy, too. I forgot about this. And Brett had to constantly convince the guy that he's actually the son of my father, who was still living in the house. And the reason he went over there was to visit, and he wasn't, spying on him, okay? And Brett tells a story that he would do a lot of the fixing up around the house because my dad got older. And my brother was in the attic above this guy's room, this paranoid guy. And I'll just shorten the story because he makes it way better. There's so much more to it. But somehow he put his foot on the sheetrock, and his foot went through the fucking ceiling, sort of near the closet. He looks into the hole to see the paranoid guy looking up at him like, really, you're not spying on me? And Brett was never able to explain, look, I was just trying to fix something in the attic, and my foot went through the sheetrock.
I would have felt like I was a secret agent, like send like secret facts and stuff to myself.
Yeah, all right, well, yeah.
Like play and do
what?
it. Like I would have just made him think I was an agent.
Oh, God.
Made him believe it.
This is unbelievable.
You don't need that in your home, though. That's something you fuck with people, but you don't fuck with somebody who lives in your house who's psychotic.
Then they turn it on you.
Yeah.
They invited problems into our house. It was crazy.
Because your dad believed in him.
Yeah, I'll write my
boy.
brothers today and see if I'm missing out on some of the tenants. That'll be one chapter in the fucking book.
There's like 8 chapters right there.
Yeah.
You have a 10 each chapter.
All right.
The colored girl chapter.
Yeah, that was just a quick one.
I don't know her name.
She didn't even talk. She just went, dude.
She was sassy. I liked her. She was all right, yeah. I think my dad liked her, too.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I saw it in his eye.
She'd probably spank his ass a little when she walked by. And no one was looking. She gets his ass a little swat.
I think my dad might have had a little thing. Not an actual thing, but, a thing.
Maybe a little thing.
I think he might have been daydreaming a little bit when she walked by.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Just think about that sweet chocolate syrup.
Oh, yeah.
Shaking her fucking black hiney around the house.
Oh, yeah.
All the Hughes men are entranced by the jiggling black hiney.
Oh, yeah.
She knew what she was doing, walking up those stairs.
Yeah,
Swiveling the hips.
She had some juice.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
She had a little thickness.
Well, I got brother-in-laws. We go to the Black Mall down there in Philly just to look at the juice.
Sure. You got to.
We make a whole thing out of it. He calls me up when I'm down there, like, you want to go look at some juice? He calls it juice. And I go, yeah, let's go look at some juice. And then we just walk around the mall looking at black heinies.
Nice.
It's true. True story.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's a nice bonding time.
Yeah.
God, you'll say anything when
never
Anthony's
hear
not
that.
here. Got to fill up the time, so I might as well tell this shit. Anyway, the
So
Conjuring
you couldn't actually tell that story when Anthony was here. He would object vehemently to it.
He would be so disappointed.
Yes, he would.
Yeah. He would be so bummed out.
Yeah. And yes, The Conjuring was very good. I recommend it.
All right.
Very frightening.
Well, we're going to play into break. Yesterday, we were looking at the trailer that started this whole phenomenon, the Conjuring phenomenon that led to Jimmy and the interns going to the screening yesterday. We were just watching the trailer, and people thought this was hilarious, how we were losing our minds. So I think we'll replay it into break. E-Rock.
Sure.
I want to thank the interns. Thank you.
Thank
Maybe
you.
we'll have you back in. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Throughout that break, Dennis Falcone wanted to come in here and tell a drive-in story, and I fucking gave him the old "see you later, buddy."
Well, what was the drive-in story he wanted to?
Just wanted to say
I think
that.
it's so. I think we should save it for after the break. It's so good.
Once we've moved on. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
No, I think Dennis Falcone needs to tell his drive-in story after the break.
I remember. I would go to the drive-in, and people would behave.
We need to make sure we clear the field for Denny.
And that it's obvious why you've never been on radio full-time voice.
Yeah. It's just, you know what he told me?
It's lacking a little something.
It's depressing.
Right.
He told me, because, he's heard us say that before, and he knows that his voice he just doesn't have a strong voice. But he said it's all he's ever wanted, is to have a radio voice. And he says to this day, he's in the car. When he drives anywhere, he's talking up every song.
Still?
He practices his boss jock voice. daily.
Yeah, that's like me fucking practicing my jumper. It's not going to happen. Accept it. You have your own voice. Be your own voice. You don't need a big radio voice.
Now this is way too inside, but fuck it. When I was living in Buffalo doing radio, I still came from you know, the old days of radio where it mattered if you had a good voice. And then people said fuck it, including myself, and said, look, just get stupid on the radio and hopefully it'll work, because you don't have the actual radio voice. Had a horrible Long Island accent, but I worked with a guy up in Buffalo. His name was, I think it was Garth Hemp. You could look him up. And he would smoke cigarettes without filters, and he would drink bourbon. And the sole reason was to fuck up his voice, get it all deep and scratchy, like mine is today, because I got a throat thing happening. He would purposely do that.
It's great. Garth Hemp wants to give up his fucking lungs and liver. I wonder who had a fucking backsell a shitty song.
Yeah, that's him, all right.
He's going by his real name now, Garth Kemp.
Let me see him.
Oh, it is Kemp.
He changed. No, it says on a message board that he did. He used to call himself Garth Hemp.
Oh, okay.
It's cooler.
Because it's cooler. Yeah, Hemp.
Oh, I get it.
No, yeah.
That was him.
Doobies.
He did not belong in Buffalo at the time. He's got to be in L.A. or something, right? He was kind of an L.A. West Coast type of guy that.
Yeah, he's on ABC 7 in L.A. That's a great job.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
he did all right. He came into Buffalo to do mornings, and he would. That was the tip he gave me. I was just a young kid. He's like, yeah, you should start drinking bourbon and smoke cigarettes without filters to get a voice like mine. And he did have the voice.
Yeah.
Do you have any clips of him? And he was the one that coined the phrase Buffalo Betty.
Really?
Yeah, that I love to this day. I love calling Buffalo girls Buffalo Betties, and what that meant. Back then, you had no clue if a girl had a nice body, because up in the Buffalo area in those horrible winters, they just would wear these oversized Buffalo Bills sweatshirts.
I have a couple.
He's the weatherman.
He's the weather guy.
Yeah.
Let me hear Garth.
Earlier in the day, big delays happening that were going on in the Dallas.
Man.
About a 3-hour delay through Dallas, Texas, due to heavy weather moving through that area. But for the West Coast, things look real nice.
It's all bourbon and unfiltered cigarettes, huh?
Does he have the voice or what?
Yeah.
Christmas Eve tonight.
What Denny wouldn't do for that voice.
He doesn't drink bourbon.
See, now he knows how to get it, though.
Yeah.
Costa Mesa 27.
And not too late.
He would tell all the young guys like myself, he would try to turn us on to cancer. Yeah. That was his whole tip.
And alcoholism,
When you're coming
cirrhosis of the liver and cancer.
Yeah, when you were coming up, you'd try to get some tips from the older guys, and that was his. Then I heard Brother Weeze, and then I was like, all right, I don't need the fucking cigarettes and the bourbon. Just be stupid. People will enjoy it. Not that Brother Weeze is stupid.
No, his voice is just
horrible.
Oh my god.
Brother Weeze has the worst voice in radio, and he's a hero to me. Because he just fucking...
He is.
He's just himself on the radio.
He's kick ass.
All right, we're babbling now.
We got to clear the field for Denny's big drive-in
Yeah, it's
story.
gonna be a fucking gem. Some innocence that happened. And I remember one time we would bring punch that had a little bit of liquor in it.
Well, no, Jim, we wouldn't do that.
Really? You ever get your ass eaten? No. No. Oof. Boo. Boo. Good-natured story.
Yeah. I have a good ass-eating story. Maybe later, though, Sam.
Say it in front of Denny.
Not in front of the ladies.
Let's watch him sweat.
Why? They can handle it.
Not in front of the interns.
They're radio people now. They get it.
Yeah.
Oh, and the Ultimate Warrior says hello.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is that what you
I
mentioned?
saw that you tweeted that.
I interviewed him yesterday.
Did you fucking bring audio to the show, or did you ask O&A questions?
No, I didn't ask O&A questions.
Why? We want him on the show badly.
I know. He remembered when I was calling him, because we got his phone number, and I was leaving him voicemails trying to get him on the show.
Right.
And he goes, I remember you guys. I said, oh, I'm not going to do Opie and Anthony. Those guys will tear me apart.
But he's a brave guy. He comes
brave.
across as a tough guy. He
No.
can handle us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
I
on
bet
his
he
side,
could.
too, in the whole Hulk Hogan fight. Although he's the only one fighting that fight, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah. But, yeah, he says, I mean, you can, I got the interview, but it's wrestling questions.
Nah.
Yeah, what'd you ask him?
I can tell you, Chip.
Where do they go for the interview, though? You should get a nice little plug-in.
Not Sam on YouTube.
Okay. If you want to hear the Ultimate Warrior. You should ask one question that we could have played on our show.
You could play it on your show.
Nah, people don't really like wrestling.
I don't know. I got like 13,000 hits in 12 hours.
That's one guy.
Did you really?
Really obsessed.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, you ought to fucking run the SiriusXM site.
Yeah. I'm killing them.
Wait, 13,000 one day?
In 12 hours.
Oh, no, that means it's way higher than that. You know how that
Hopefully.
works, right? No, that's not a real number.
Sick.
It's probably well over 20, that means.
Nice.
I'm serious. You watched that counter jump up today.
My Colin Quinn video got 1,600.
Ooh.
That's a lot.
Why?
I don't know, because, you know.
He's a big star.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to play us looking at the Conjuring trailer yesterday. People thought this was funny, according to Twitter, funny. So hopefully it is. We'll replay it here. Denny's going to come back and tell us his drive-in story.
Yeah, I know the story.
Yeah?
Yeah. He got his pecker stuck in the fucking cigarette lighter. Fuck.
Jeff Bridges comes in at 8:15 today as well, so hit it, E-Rock.
Want to see this Conjuring thing?
Yeah.
This is from the scary part.
Oh, it's a Conjuring?
It's a true story from the 70s about two people that are like paranormal witch hunter type people that go into houses and stuff like that.
Look how nice, like they wash the color out and everything.
Yeah.
It just looks scary.
Right.
Because it's a true story, and it's horrifying, they say.
Let me see it,
Jesus.
Sam. I'll kiss you.
The Conjuring.
Don't kiss me.
What is it?
Fuck you,
Dad.
you cocksucker!
Stop.
Jesus Christ!
It takes a toll on her. A little piece each time.
You
Oh my
have
God.
a lot of spirits in here, but there's the one that I'm most worried about because it is so hateful.
Oh, it's me.
She made me
Creepy kid.
Fuck. Get out of here.
Why
This
would you
thing has
put yourself
lashed
through
itself
this?
to your family.
I don't like this. Seen nothing like this.
You hate this?
I don't like this.
I'm coming with you.
No way. I can't lose you.
There's a lady in a dirty nightgown that I see in my dreams. She's standing in front of my mom's bed. Do you want to see him?
Yeah.
When the music stops, you see him in the mirror standing behind you.
Look what she made me do.
Oh, my God.
Jesus! No! I don't like this!
Oh my
I hate this shit!
Oh my God.
I don't like it.
I hate this.
See it.
My arm hair is standing up.
Yeah, no, I got the...
That
no,
was so
fuck
scary.
that.
Yeah, they
That
say
was
it's
so
really scary.
Well, duh.
My
You're
arm
thinking
hair.
your reactions were grown men.
The whole show should go.
I'm a father of two, for
Like
Christ's
Kenny
sake.
has to go.
I guess have a screening for all of us after the show.
Someone's saying we got to see the first trailer for the Conjuring.
Oh man, I finally got wound
Is there another
down.
trailer?
Here's the teaser.
Oh, it's just teaser.
That was the main trailer.
I get
now.
my own room. Oh, you can't be here to yell. Oh, that's on the room.
Oh no, the mic's in the way.
2, 3, 4, 9, 10.
All right. Zombies.
First class.
Nice song. What could possibly be wrong with this movie?
Oh no. Oh no.
It's just the fun and free 70s.
She's
Innocence.
blindfolded, feeling around the room. Oh fuck.
The door opened up in the room.
That's pretty creepy.
Clap.
What the fuck?
I'm gonna get you now.
She's blindfolded.
There's clapping in the closet.
breathing.
She's feeling around in the closet as she's blindfolded. Pulls the blindfold off.
I win. I was in Christine
Oh,
and Nancy's
shit.
room.
All right, nothing
There's
happened.
no one in the closet.
That's pretty
Closed.
creepy.
And how did somebody clap?
Fucking mirrors in these movies. God damn it.
I hate mirrors.
Girls, it's way past your bedtime.
Oh, she heard a noise.
Oh boy, she's going to investigate.
The girls are asleep. What's making the noise?
Fuck that!
Fuck Lodge.
Oh man.
All falling
Just
down.
fell off the wall.
She's walking around
Don't
the
go
house.
there. Don't go there.
We don't need you to investigate, ma'am.
Oh, no. Oh, my God. Why is she doing this? Don't go down there.
You'd never go down the basement.
Oh, my God. Don't ever go down.
All right. There's just a lot of things covered up.
Who's ever down there? I'm gonna lock you in now.
Oh,
Good thing.
Oh,
shit. The door hit her in the face.
She's down in the basement by herself?
Yes, with the light off.
Oh, she's got a match, though. That's cool.
Is she alone?
Yeah.
But the match can't see too far, but she's going to try anyway.
This
She's
bitch is
reaching
going to burn her
forward.
finger.
Get the fuck out of here.
Okay. We got to set up a screen.
Get the fuck out of here. No. No.
Get the fuck out of here.
No. I don't like that.
You guys got to go. You guys would be way worse than Jim at these screens.
We're shot jocks, Sam Roberts.
I can't.
Fuck
With the
that.
fucking hair on my arms and around my soft penis is standing up. That was so fucking scary.
If we set up a screening for tomorrow or Wednesday, can you two commit to it?
Fuck that.
Dude, that's that shit. They fucking do it right. When you get people that can make a movie like that and do it right like that, it's so... You don't know where it's coming from. You spend the whole movie going, because you don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, is that scary?
You think there's some downtime where it's just some nice dialogue?
But then you don't know if, like, the next second, so you can't ever...
Is there another great groovy 60s song in there?
That's like Paranormal Activity, when there's just conversations going on in the kitchen, and you're just sitting there waiting for all the kitchen drawers to open.
Yeah, you're
and
not
you know
even,
it's coming.
You're not even
and
listening
you know
to the
it's
conversation.
right.
You're just looking around like, all right, where's it coming from?
Yes.
See, the thing, the funny part is, like, they'll cut. All right, we got to redo that. There was a problem with the match. So whoever's hands they were is like, I'm going to run to craft services and grab fucking...
I know.
I'm going to grab a turkey sandwich with the clapping in the dark hands. Those hands were wiping an asshole an hour before.
The Opie and Anthony Show on Sirius XM.